All right, folks. So long story short, I ate an edible that was way too strong, and I tore my knee up bad. All right, so this is what was going down. It was around 2014, 2013, and I was hanging out with the neighborhood cat Jeff, and we're driving around our section trying to get high, and we end up finding our way to a cannabis club, and we decide that the most efficient way for us to get blasted is to go halves on the strongest edible they have. And that edible was like a 1,000 milligram, 1,200 milligram. I don't remember exactly. It was a crazy amount. Just to give you a heads up, what your average dose of an edible is, it's a 5 milligrams. So this was 200 times, at least 200 times stronger than your average edible. And I buy that shit. Jeff hands me the 20. I go in there with the 20. I find an edible that's $35 plus the crazy taxes that they charge at these clubs. So it's like 40 something bucks. And we go back to the flats and go split that thing in half. I eat like less than a quarter, maybe like 15% of this thing. And I already know it's toast. I could tell by the taste of it that it's gonna be night for Mr. Nobody. And so I'm laying in bed, and I feel like 1,000 pounds laying in bed, and eventually I have to go pee. So I stand up, and I try to hurry my ass over to go to the bathroom, and I'm feeling really lightheaded because I got up real fast. I'm really high, and as I'm like speed walking to the door, I just go and I get lightheaded and I fall. So when I fall, my left knee, I can hear it go tick 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 as it's like twisting around, as it's like contorting around my body, and I end up falling into another bedroom, and I'm just like laying down, super zooted, um, just telling myself I cannot let my family find me like this. I need to get up. This is not an option. I'm not gonna fucking be found by one of my family members passed out, fucking injured, maimed, and just stress anybody else out more than I'm stressed out. So I finally get myself up and I hobble my ass to the bathroom. I take a piss and I hobble my ass back to bed. And I lay down for another like 10 hours, just trying to get a grip on reality. And yeah, so basically, I go to bed early that night and I wake up the next morning not able to walk very well. And I knew that something was torn. It was on the inside of my knee. Maybe there's a lot of different ligaments and tendons and shit. And basically, long story short, I couldn't walk right. I had a limp for a good at least 6 months. I basically just pretended to be okay, and it got better eventually. So I'm assuming that I tore a ligament or 2 or 3 or 4. Like I heard that. That was bad. Um, I like what I was doing and who I was at that time. I couldn't be walking around with a limp. I couldn't show weakness. Basically, just take it in stride and try to be as smooth as possible. And hope that the vultures and the wolves don't fuck you up. And yeah, so I'm gonna title this "The Time I Overdosed on Edibles." And I'm going to say overdose because an overdose does not mean death. You know, when you take too much heroin, an overdose is considered taking so much that you fall asleep. It doesn't mean that you actually die. It just means that you took so much that you fell asleep. Um, uh, you can overdose on Tylenol and not die. You can overdose on food. You eat too much meat and start sweating and have your kidneys start not working as well. So just remember that when THC is digested by your body, there are two different ways it can digest. It can digest through your lungs, or it can digest through your liver. Now, when it's digested through your lungs, it's THC9. That is the chemical. When it's digested through your liver, and when you eat an edible, it's digested through. It's turned into THC11. And I'm not going to try to say the actual THC like word, but it's THC11, and that's the more psychoactive version. You get more bang for your buck you consume a lot more when you're actually eating edibles. So very unpleasant experience, but my knee is just fine now. I didn't go to the doctors. I didn't think I needed. I mean, I should have went to the doctors, but I mean, they would have just tried to have me have surgery on it or something. And, I just don't want to. I just didn't want to deal with. I don't really like doctors. So, yeah. Say hi to Bob Ross.